on this next chapter, I need a lot of work. You know, I'd gotten so used to living out of Jolene and living in state parks and national forests and truck stops and camping out and doing all that backwoods kind of stuff that I didn't realize how much stuff I had accumulated. It's really not a whole lot. Everything I own will fit in the back of Jolene. And that's fine with me. I don't need extra stuff. But, and everything that I own, I use when I'm able to. Granted, you know, trying to get over this back injury and now the broke ribs and the torn ACL, but that's okay. This year's going to be better for me. I don't know about y'all or the rest of the world, but this year for me is going to be great. So anyway, yeah, I need a lot of work and on my cooking containers and stuff like that. So I hope you enjoy the video and see where I'm lacking and where I've made some mistakes, and hopefully you can correct those on your own before you need to. Okay? Ciao, baby. Keep on prepping. God bless you. Jesus is the reason. Alright, so there are many types of containers and cooking apparatuses that you can choose from ultralight to the heavy, which seems to be my issue, and I need to cut that down quite a bit. But bottles, cups, and pots and pans, you know, made of the right material and that you can carry is important, especially for when you're going out in the bush. One of the very most important things is your ability to disinfect water by heating it up. And this will save your life many times, almost all the time, especially when you're lacking. But a canteen cup is a good thing to have, especially one that's made out of metal and not plastic. So you can, you know, get that water to a boiling point for at least, I think it's 15 minutes, and then you're able to drink it. Canteen cups are mostly made of stainless steel, which is a good rule of thumb whenever you're preparing. Now, this is an absolute mess for me. You know, I've got all these cooking tools and metal bowls and a plate and things like that because I'm used to being in a spot for a very long time, and I have to track this stuff in there a little bit at a time now. Now, you know, I love my coffee pot and stuff, and that's something that I don't want to do without. And it's somewhat lightweight. It's aluminum and all, but you know, you'll see in these pictures that I have quite a bit of stuff which I do not need, and I'm going to have to cut down on that. That's something that I've learned in this book. Okay, another area that I found very useful when I'm out in the bush is making a pot crane and tripods. This will help with placing your water or your food in your container over the fire, so you don't have to worry about it, you know, burning as far as the food goes, and you can cook for a little bit. These are very simple to make. I have several iron skillets and a Dutch oven and things like that, which I do not recommend having to carry off into the bush because they are heavy. You might have to make a couple trips with these things, but as far as the tripod goes, it does help to have these things. You'll notice that I've put a couple of videos up on where I was out in the bush and all at one point, but what I found is what I've got is, you know, it works good for me. There's all kinds of methods that Dave Canterbury lists as far as how to hang your pots and in your cook gear, and I find that this chapter is very useful for me because, for one, I've got too much stuff, which I've already stated. The other is a lot of my things are pretty heavy, and so I'm going to have to adjust that quite a bit. But overall, I think this chapter is important because, you know, it'll show you the lightweight way to go. And, you know, it's been said the more you have, the less you know. And so, I mean, I've tried to really cut it down and work on my skills. But there's a picture of my coffee pot where I make my cowgirl coffee. And man, that is the best stuff. But, you know, it's got that little handle on the side so I can tie it onto my pack if I need to. But, you know, being out in the bush is just something that I love. And the more I can practice, the better off I'll be. Now, this next little method right here, the simple stove stand made from a large soup can, you can do this even inside the house. Let's say if you're like your electricity goes out, or, you know, you have no gas or anything like that. And this has multiple uses. You can use it for lighting. You can use it for heating. You can use it to, you know, to sit your cup on, to boil your water, you know, in real small spaces. I got an old coffee can here, which you can't really get the cans anymore with the coffee. It's all gone plastic now. But when I was able to, I got the coffee can. You know, you see a little bucket with all kinds of junk in it. But like I said, you know, I was going through all my stuff trying to see what type of cooking containers and things that I had. And man, I really need a lot of work, you know, according to this chapter. But, you know, I hope that you've enjoyed this video. And, you know, you can make cooking tools from natural materials other than a bucket for disinfecting water and boiling meat or cooking meat, with the cranes and the pot hangers and the tools. And Dave Canterbury really goes in depth on a lot of tips and tricks to use to go off into the bush. But I hope that you like this video and it's helped a little bit and made you think too much is too much. Have a great day.